Ahoy, hoy, folks, and welcome to the first episode of Warning Mood Podcast. I'm Lou, here with Jason
Yo.
and Gimli.
Hello.
We're here to talk to you about games, technology, movies, and the general geek society. We have topics. Oh, we have topics. Jason, go!
Gamescom was just last week. So basically a lot of stuff came in this week. So first off, I'm just going to go in order of when the conferences were. So I think first was Microsoft that went. And one of the big controversies from that conference was Rise of the Tomb Raider exclusivity to the Xbox One and
Later
360.
confirmed as timed exclusive.
Yes, after all the butthurt fans screamed and cried all over the internet.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer came out and says, like, oh, no, it's just temporary. But they have not told us how temporary this is.
So what exactly is it going to be like? Grand Theft Auto 5 waiting forever to come out for the PC? Are we going to be waiting forever for this to come out for anything other than Xbox One?
I kind of want to say yeah, but I don't know. Some people might just want.
It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be a whole freaking year for all we know, like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Then again, Grand Theft Auto 4 took forever to come out on PC, if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that bull crap.
That took about a year. This wouldn't be the first time because something like this happened. Because if you remember, Tomb Raider started off as a PlayStation title.
Yep.
PlayStation and PC title.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see why all the PlayStation 4 owners got really butthurt about this because, here's a franchise that started on the Sony systems, and we're known to be on the Sony systems, and Xbox is pulling this thing on them. Kind of happened to GTA a little bit with the DLC for GTA 4. I remember Sony had to wait, I think, about 6 months before they got that DLC.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And
Unfortunately.
GTA,
Yeah.
like I said, was bigger on the PlayStation and did not come to the Xbox until about a year later in a nice little 2-pack. It wasn't even... in fact, I don't even think GTA 3 came out until well after Vice City was out.
Mm.
So, yeah, this isn't the first time that's happened. But, you got something else to say?
No, it's Tomb Raider. Honestly, it's a franchise I feel like needs to be put away.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that because
I'm not gonna lie. The reboot was fantastic.
the reboot was good, but it was just kind of I don't know. Something about it was just.
My one complaint about it is I think the only reason why I loved it is because I love Uncharted, and it was Uncharted with a girl.
See, I didn't like Uncharted.
Uncharted with a girl. Oh God.
It was Uncharted with a girl.
Yeah. What was his name? What was the guy's name?
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake. That's what it is.
Nathan Drake. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Even like their clothing was kind of similar too, like jeans and like a kind of like this like beigeish top.
You could even go and sing it's a Rule 63.
Ew. That's not doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't work for me at all.
But no, I thought it was a fun game. I'll play Rise of the Tomb Raider, and plus they even said that this game is gonna be more about exploring tombs. That first game was not really about exploring tombs. When you did explore a tomb, it was like one little tiny room, and you open up a treasure chest after solving some puzzle, and that was it. This time you actually get to dig deep into pyramids and stuff like that. And honestly, I kind of want to fight a dinosaur in this one too. I'm hoping we can fight dinosaurs again.
Yeah. Yes. Well, either way, fans of the series will get what they want eventually.
Yeah.
Some might not immediately. But
honestly, my opinion about this whole exclusivity thing, Microsoft can have it. We have Uncharted. Case closed.
But I don't really like Uncharted.
Anyway, what else do we have?
Yeah.
All right. They showed 8 minutes of Quantum Break, which actually...
What is this? I didn't actually...
Quantum Break is made by Remedy, the same guys who did Alan Wake and the first 2 Max Payne games.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
Really?
Yes. So, and I do like Remedy as a studio. They've made some great games. Max Payne was awesome. well, the first two Max Paynes. I wasn't really much of a fan of 3, but then again,
Yeah.
Remedy was not behind Max Payne 3.
Actually, there is. I
And Alan Wake was fantastic, one of my favorite horror games.
do love Alan Wake.
And then Quantum Break is very interesting because it's gonna bring back the whole like, they're basically what I feel like they're doing with it is they're taking the bullet time system that they created for Max Payne and just completely putting it on crack.
God.
Because basically you can stop time and flank enemies, and it does all these weird effects to the environment. And there's even parts where trucks will be crashing through and explosions everywhere, and then time will just freeze. And it really just kind of shows the power of next gen. Like, I feel like this is going to be the next gen game, but like gameplay wise, it looked like just a standard third person shooter, but it looked like it was actually be kind of fun because there's actually going to be like tactics involved with like the, freezing time and, flanking and stuff. But I'm kind of hoping it goes beyond just flanking, like actually maybe doing puzzles and stuff, like almost kind of similar to Braid, how you like had to rewind time and time it so like you can like jump off the enemies and stuff.
There was a game on the PlayStation 3, and I'm trying to look it up right now, which I should have earlier, that allowed you to do just this. Stop time, reverse it, fast forward.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of familiar.
Guy
Was
in
it,
a power suit that could control time with that power suit.
Time shift.
Right.
It was time
yeah.
shift.
Time shift.
I don't think that was just. I think that was a multi-platform though. I don't think it was exclusive to PlayStation 3. I do remember it being on Xbox.
Okay, well, I played it on PlayStation 3, and honestly, it was a fantastic mechanic. I do really like the time shifting abilities, especially when used to flank enemies and actually strategize for once.
Yeah. Not a lot of shooters do a lot of strategizing nowadays. I mean, probably one of the few ones that do it is probably Crysis, but I mean, even Crysis is getting kind of old because I feel like it's the same tactics every time, but at least it's not like a straight line, like certain shooters I will not name. We all know what you're talking about.
Right, and even though now those basic line shooters are giving us fun future tech toys to play with, it still feels bland.
Yep. Oh, yes. Very bland.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Quantum Break, it's still too early to tell for me if whether or not that will yield a Xbox One purchase for me because it is exclusive to the Xbox. I haven't heard if they're making it for PC yet. Because I mean, Remedy has made PC games before. I mean, Alan Wake is on PC. Both Max Payne games are on PC, so this may come out for PC as well. But granted, I don't even know if my computer will even be able to run that from what I saw in that demo.
Oh,
because it looks like there was a lot going on screen, and it looks like it will lag.
Particle effects all over the place.
Oh, particle effects, explosions, and plus just the idea of freeze. It looks like they're actually freezing actual events in time.
What the hell is this? Michael Bay directing this game or whatever? God damn.
Yeah, I know. Like it looks like a Michael Bay directed game.
Damn.
Like the best is like take the best of Michael Bay and just like put it into this game, and that's.
Wow, you're giving him credit? Jesus.
Hey, he's made some decent movies. Bad Boys, come on.
Okay, I can give you that one. Okay, I'll give you that one.
And Pain and Gain wasn't bad either.
Ending on that sweet note before we get sour, let's move on to Ghost of a Tale. Please let me take this one. It's Redwall the game.
Oh.
If anybody has ever read those books by Brian Jacques. Tale of a tiny mouse, a minstrel mouse, fighting armored rats in a giant castle.
Oh, I already want it.
It looks
they only
amazing.
showed like a little gameplay trailer, but from what I understand, it looks like a lot of puzzle solving.
Oh, you can get chased by
kind of just like one of your simple adventure games.
Oh,
actually, the combat reminds me a little bit of like what the combat was like in Brothers, where it's mostly environment stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like it has a fantastic stealth mechanic as well, because you are a very tiny mouse fighting these gigantic rats.
Well, I mean, when I was watching the conference, like they were saying that like one of the things they were saying is like the idea they're trying to get is like what it's like to be a mouse in this giant scary world, like how vulnerable you would feel, and they kind of just put this fantasy twist to it, which I thought was really cool. It kind of reminds me of the old American Tail movies.
Yes! Yay!
With Fievel and everything.
Yay!
It just kind of reminds me of those, and I And, like that kind of makes me happy. Like so, it's like Redwall meets the American Tail.
Yes. Oh,
So, and then yeah, actually, here's another thing that another cool announcement. Space Engineers and Smite are going to be going on Xbox One.
see, Space Engineers looks fantastic.
It is
Smite?
fantastic. I'm playing
Oh, yeah.
on PC right now.
Oh, fantastic.
It's awesome. It's Minecraft in space.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah, all right. Smite, on the other hand,
Yeah,
I
that's
watched,
just one of those.
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
a
like
MOBA.
a free to play MOBA.
Yeah, it's a MOBA, but it's not like League of Legends type. It's arena style, and it's pretty much over the shoulder, far back. The camera pulled a little bit far back, and it has the same style of it. It's you have like your skills that you level up, but it just looks a lot more fun than League of Legends.
I
Yeah,
admit I've never played many of the MOBAs, but Smite
Yeah.
has always looked pretty good to me.
I was watching videos on it. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get into this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these like indie games coming out on the consoles now. Like they even announced Warframe on Xbox One as well.
the X-Bone.
It's September 2nd.
Finally.
September 2nd they'll be coming out with that. I don't think they even announced dates for Space Engineers or Smite yet, but it'll probably be soon.
Space
I mean,
Engineers, the slamming your stuff into other stuff simulator.
Yay! I
Yep,
love that.
exactly. But Smite, those are the same guys that made Tribes, right?
I
I could have sworn, like, I don't know if that was.
remember that one. I don't remember if they do actually.
I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure that they're High Res Studios.
Is it?
Yeah, it was High Res Studios. So I forget. Yeah, did they make Tribes? I'm pretty sure they did. Well, anyway, while I'm figuring that out, it just brings me to a login screen.
Of
Well,
course.
whatever. My if it is wrong, let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
We're just going off of things in our mind. I don't play Smite. I don't play Tribes. So
Yes, Tribes Ascend was by High Res Studios.
okay. So
Oh yeah,
all right,
yeah,
that's right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because it was at PAX one year that like they gave me a little card for High Res and it had Smite and like Smite on one side, Tribes on the other. So, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these popular PC games are coming out on the consoles right now. It's just I think it's great that all these great PC games, but obviously all the PC master race people are going to be getting kind of butthurt about it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Because they're losing their reasons why it's better to own a PC.
Oh my
I
God.
don't think there will ever be a reason as to why I will not own a PC over a console.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, PC is obviously you have the capabilities to
mod stuff.
obviously mods. That's
Yeah.
the main reason why I bought a
Awesome.
gaming PC so I can mod Skyrim.
Oh,
But I mean, I still like my consoles. I grew up on consoles. Consoles don't require all the tender loving care that PCs do. You don't have to worry about your games not being able to be run on them and everything. Like that's the one thing I like about it. It's just if you're a lazy gamer, just go with the console.
damn.
Well, speaking of which, now we
Oh,
have the Call of Duty 1 terabyte Xbox One bundle.
1 terabyte.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, 1 terabyte.
Yep, and it's gonna be a special little edition. It's gonna have its own little color scheme. It looks all futuristic.
Wonderful.
Looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool looking system. I'll give it that.
I
But
haven't even seen this thing. Yet.
it's Call of Duty.
Oh.
I don't think anybody in this podcast is a fan of Call of Duty. I can't.
There's a lot of people out there who aren't a fan of Call of Duty, and these same people I feel like are the ones who keep buying it every year.
That
Right,
might
and-
be a correct assumption there.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
But actually, there is another bundle coming out this year that I actually would buy, and that's the white console with Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, yeah. I keep hearing about this
That's
game. I
the
keep
one
forgetting what
game.
it is.
That's the one game I actually really want to play on the Xbox One. It's maybe the reason why I ever buy an Xbox One.
It's the X-Bone.
At least at this point, is for Sunset Overdrive. I mean, I'm sounding like a complete fanboy here, I don't consider myself a fanboy. I mean, I've owned all the systems. I find all the greatness in everything. I just want to play games. But like day one, PS4 was a purchase for me.
Yeah.
That just happened to be it. But no, Sunset Overdrive. I mean, it's made by Insomniac Games, which is obviously they started off on PlayStation. So I mean, we're familiar with the Resistance series, Ratchet and Clank. What else have they done?
Oh man,
I think they did something else. I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember either.
All I can remember is Ratchet and Clank and Resistance.
Oh, those are enough.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, those are great series right there. So,
fantastic series.
and and Sunset Overdrive just looks like Ratchet and Clank meets Resistance, basically.
Good lord.
Take the colorful, just take the colorful, over the top kind of cartoony, graphics of Ratchet and Clank with all obvious, and then with like the excessive amounts of weapons in Ratchet and Clank, and just mix it with the violence of Resistance.
It does.
Because you're fighting zombies that are off. Like basically the whole premise of the game is, people become zombies from drinking an energy drink. They become obsessed with an energy drink, and they become zombies. And it's this, and then basically the entire game is like this open world. It actually a little bit the gameplay kind of reminds me of the Jet Set Radio series.
I was just gonna
like,
say that.
you're grinding on rails, you're jumping off walls, and you're zombies, and then
Jet Set
it's,
Radio with guns.
Yes, exactly, and it just looks fantastic. Like it looks like it'll be a fun time to play, and it's definitely a reason to own the system, I would say.
Well,
And it's only gonna be $3.99, and you're basically getting the game for free, essentially,
and no Connect to be found.
and no Connect with it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. Let us rejoice.
Let us
Yeah.
rejoice, our brothers.
But while speaking of criticisms of Xbox, guess what they were caught doing again at Gamescom during their conference?
Uh-oh.
Demoing games on PCs and not the actual Xbox.
Are we surprised, though?
No, because they've done this before. And all these developers are getting busted for it after their games are released, and then the gamers start complaining like, "This isn't what we saw at E3."
Well, of course it's not.
Well, everyone remembers Alien Colonial Marines.
Yes.
No, I don't.
That game looked far
I
better.
I don't know
in
what
the
you're
demo.
talking about.
Damn it, we talked about this.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We were gonna forget about that.
Yeah, I can't forget.
We should let's play that game just to hate on it.
Let's move on to the palate cleansing portion of.
Yay.
Sony, yay!
I'm not biased.
Well, actually,
What are you talking about?
this first bit of news for basically Sony's conference. Basically, all it was this game announcement after game announcement after game announcement, and
You
it was
don't
fantastic.
say.
It was mostly indie titles, and then they threw in a couple of games at the end, and obviously everyone's been talking about PT. That was the big announcement. But I mean, they announced a huge list of indie games. Like DayZ was one of the big things. Like DayZ is going to be coming to console. Technically, I've only had 3 minutes of experience with DayZ. I get into the game. There are two unarmed guys next to me, and they gang up on me and just beat me to death with their fists. I deleted the game immediately.
I think that's a fantastic description of the game.
That basically is what it is.
Being-
Except these guys had no guns. They were the same level I was. Like, they just started the game, and they just come and beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
And-
something about that game that compels you to be a complete and utter douchebag to everyone.
Yeah, sounds
That's
about right.
That's one of the things that kind of entices me to play it. Like one of the things that he's caught saying is that one of the I forget the guy's name who made it, but basically it was just this one guy who took was it Arma 3 he modded?
Yes.
Or was it Arma 2? Okay, so he basically just modded Arma 3 and put zombies in it. And one of the things he highlighted on it was he put no story, no objectives, nothing, and he let the players create the stories. And that's what I kind of like about that. And a lot of the stories is stuff that you would see on in an episode of The Walking Dead and stuff. And it's just some of these gamers are great actors, and I kind of wish I
Oh, I
played
take it
more.
back.
Of it.
DayZ is an Arma 2 mod.
Oh, is it
Oh
Arma 2?
yeah. It was originally was. I forgot
But I
about
mean,
that.
all right, so I kind of exaggerated. I only spent like 3 minutes playing it, but I mean, I did go back in the game.
What?
I didn't find anyone, but I also didn't find any zombies,
Eh.
which kind of turned me off from it too. Like I probably walked about like 3 game miles, and there was not a single zombie in sight. I saw one guy, and
Maybe
he
they
just
were all
went
sleeping
hello, and then that was it. And he gave me some food.
before beating you to death with his foot.
That's so what a nice fellow. And oh God.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it still has a lot of work to be done on it. But I mean, I feel like if I were to go with like a bunch of friends to play it, I feel like I'd have a better time with it.
Probably,
If I was
but
actually able to get items and get guns, get some good gear, and actually team up with some people and actually do some cool stuff in it, I figured I have a good time with it. Like it's a good sandbox
Hmm.
game. But yeah, a bunch of other games came out. One of the ones that really caught my attention was this game called The Tomorrow Children.
ooh yeah,
That was made by the guys who made the Pixel Junk shooter.
yeah.
And they basically decided to make a 3D game this time. And basically, the whole premise is you're playing as like these little children, and they're mining fallen giants to create technology. And it was very surreal. Like it was kind of hard to describe, but like you just see like these cities being built on these completely white pallets almost. And it's a truly out of the box kind of like thinking outside the box experience. And you see a bunch of people like mining like these giant creatures, and you don't find out that they're giant creatures until like the camera pans out.
So
And
they're
I thought that was
absolutely
really
massive.
interesting. Yeah, and it even has like this whole like kind of like steampunk kind of appearance to it, like the way like just the tone of it, like the outfits that they're wearing, and everything like that. So like a futuristic kind of steampunk kind of thing.
Has
I got
kind of a
from it, at
Lego
least.
feel to it.
Yeah, almost like a Lego feel to it.
Lego.
Like Lego mixed with Russian dolls. That's what the
Jesus
figures.
Christ.
That's what the characters look like. They look like Russian dolls.
That is
Or a little
utterly terrifying.
Yeah, it was a creepy looking game, but like it wasn't. It was creepy in the surreal kind of way. It
Yeah,
was really surreal.
that, yeah.
But I mean, I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. And then there was Volume, which looked really good. That was made by the guys who made Thomas Was Alone. That one's a stealth action shooter where you actually manipulate the environment.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was kind of it was kind of hard to kind of determine what the story was going to be like. But all I know is it was a very unique stealth action game. And it kind of looked like he was moving within like a digital space, kind of like
so
Tron almost.
polygonal.
Yeah, like it kind of looked like Tron a little bit.
Strong guy.
Yeah, Tron guy. But then then there's a couple other stuff. There was this game called Rhyme.
Oh,
Which
I think I heard of this
really-
one.
Yeah, that one I heard was announced actually a little bit ago, and it kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. Then they finally brought it back for next gen. But yeah, that looks like another adventure game. It didn't really go into much about like what it's about story wise, but it kind of looked like it would be kind of similar to Journey.
Okay.
Okay,
which was a
yeah.
great game. I love the Journey. That's a very relaxing game if you ever
I
like
love that
want
game.
if you ever just want to play something easygoing. But yeah, and that's being made by Tequila Works. I forget what else they made.
I don't know the company.
I really don't know.
Yeah, they sound familiar. I just don't remember. Oh, they made Deadlight. I did not like that
okay.
game. I did not like Deadlight.
That game is.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah. Well, no, Rhyme actually looks really good. I mean, Deadlight was like a side-scroll zombie game, which was like a little bit like it reminded me a little bit like Limbo.
Oh
But,
yeah, I remember
The
this.
story was kind of eh. It was just your generic zombie like apocalypse thing. There was really nothing special about it.
But sideways.
Yeah, just sideways.
Sideways.
And then there's another hack and slash announced by Ninja Theory. Same guys who did Heavenly Sword. It's called Hellblade.
Yeah.
They didn't really show much about that one. It looked like your standard fantasy hack and slash.
Yeah.
And then there's another game from Paradox who made Magicka. So they got Magicka 2 coming out on PlayStation 4, and now they have Hollow Point,
Oh,
which is reminding me of that game. It kind of reminds me of Shadow Complex that came
Okay.
out on Xbox,
all right.
which was a great game. It's just like a shooter, like a side-scrolling shooter, but it's like a 2.5D, I guess is what they call it.
Huh.
Okay.
Like you can shoot the background and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that we were
Um,
still using that terminology, but
well, that's what they're. I figured that's what they're
I was
still.
confused for a second.
two and a
Yeah.
half D.
And then another thing that came back was there was an announce. I forget the name of the game, and I forgot to put it in my notes. Okay, yeah. Until Dawn made a reappearance.
Oh.
Really?
Until Dawn was announced, I think, back in 2012 for the PlayStation
Yes.
3, and it disappeared. And I was actually following that game because I always follow every time there's a new horror game coming out. I always have to follow it.
Oh yeah, that.
I had figured it was
And
canceled.
then, a lot of people figured it was canceled, but no one said it was canceled. I figured, it's like, oh, maybe they're just porting it to the next gen, and that's exactly what they were doing. Except they weren't porting it; they completely threw out the original idea and rewrote it.
Was
and
it
they
always
actually
in the
got-
hands of Supermassive?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. It was always in the hands of Supermassive. But basically, what they did was they got Hollywood writers in to help write their story, and they completely scrapped away all the assets, and they just redid all the assets to be on next gen. And it actually looks fantastic. They said it's going to be another your choices matter. Everyone can die in your game,
Oh.
so
Jesus
it's going to be
Christ.
one of those.
That's gonna be
But
super
yeah,
stressful.
it's one of those standard slasher films. Like it reminds me of like those teen slasher films. Kind of like
Which
I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Ugh.
or Scream and stuff.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this game because there's like there's like no slasher games that I've ever really saw aside from Manhunt, but you're not playing as the helpless kids trying to get away from a serial killer that's just trying to kill you. No, you're this guy just beating the shit out of other people.
Yeah,
But no,
and
Instead
this
of Manhunt, instead of Manhunt, you're killing like other bad people.
Yeah,
You're not
but
killing innocent people. Like
but this one you're playing as the teens that are trying to
completely helpless teens.
Yeah.
yeah, the only game
Just-
I saw came close to this was you guys remember Obscure, right?
Oh my god, yeah, I do.
I loved that. That was an underrated game.
I'd
That
say
was
so.
a very underrated game. I just bought it on Steam like when it came out, and I'm replaying it. And I'm just enjoying the hell out of it again. But yeah, that was another one where that has permadeath in it. Like your character dies, they're dead for the rest of the game. There's no game over. It's just sort of like except for when obviously, all your characters die before the end of the game. I actually ended up having it the first time I played and beat that game on PlayStation 2 when it first came out. I had one survivor, and I think it was the girl,
Of course.
like the girl who was the sister of the guy that disappears in the basement.
How very Hollywood of you.
Oh yeah, or I was just very bad at the game.
I maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe, but no, yeah, but yeah, this Until Dawn, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm not even sure they even have a release date for it yet. I'm gonna see if they actually do have a release date for it yet.
I don't see anything. It
Yeah,
says, well, it was originally scheduled for release on the PlayStation 3, but in August 2014, the game was reintroduced as a PS4 exclusive, and no date has been given as of yet.
Yep. I just hope it's not gonna be. I just hope it's gonna have some of the aspects of like survival horror that have been making their comeback recently. Where you're defenseless and you have nothing to do but run and hide. I hope it's not going to be something like Heavy Rain, because that's the idea I'm getting. But being very story heavy, and
Yeah.
all I've seen so far is just very cinematic of it. But it could have just been like a cinematic trailer. They don't have gameplay for it yet, because like I said, they're completely redoing it. So I mean, it's probably going to be a release sometime, maybe mid to late next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, even I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, but even the killer looks really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the
he
mask
looks
he
fantastic.
wears, it's very creepy. But I'm actually kind of glad to see that horror is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Like
'cause
especially survival horror is
I
making
was
a
really,
huge
I was really
comeback.
upset that there wasn't any good survival horror games that were coming out.
At least in the mainstream. that
Yeah.
we're seeing. Like we're not like I mean we got Evil Within coming out later this year, which it looks pretty promising.
We're
Considering
also
it's the guy who worked on the original Resident Evil games
yep. We're
behind
not-
it,
we-
and then obviously we have Until Dawn coming out
Yep.
on this, but obviously we can never forget PT or if you guys played the demo all the way through, Silent Hills
yeah.
is looking very promising if it's anything like PT, the playable teaser.
Oh, let
What
me
they
tell
were
you,
calling it.
the playable trailer, playable teaser, whatever they want to call it,
Yeah, whatever.
most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
really?
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was pretty terrifying the first time through. Like
Not at all. It's
after a while,
It's
after a
atmospheric
while,
as hell. It is atmospheric as hell, and
Yeah.
I'll give it that. The photorealism, like you said earlier, looks amazing, and it really gives credence to it being a horror situation. But even if our viewers have seen the trailers, even the visitor in the hallway, it's creepy, but it's not scary.
Yeah. Because it just
Yeah,
looks
I
like
mean-
a woman's like trying to dance, but it can't.
Then again,
do it
you
'cause she's
know,
stiff.
well, here's the thing too. Like we all play a lot of horror games. We watch a lot of horror, so maybe we're just more immune to horror.
I kind of sometimes I think it's what happens.
I would
Yeah,
say
like
that.
I
I
just
would
from
say
what I
that we're.
understand, like
I would say that we're desensitized to it,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's Guillermo del Toro
Mm.
that's directing it or has some hand in it. We're not entirely sure yet.
he's got some great like designs though for creatures. Like I could like when I was looking at that like half human, half chicken thing that was in that
The fetus?
bathroom sink. Yeah.
Ugh. I think it was
Um,
awesome. It speaks to you too.
Yeah, it talks-
terrifying.
yeah.
See, he's a man who can scare a horror fan. So I'm hoping that he will be able to, that he's going to give his all to this and be able
well, I mean-
to scare me.
Like they said, this is just a teaser, so I mean, they'll probably let loose when Silent Hills comes out. Because I remember playing the first Silent Hill game. That game literally scared the shit out of me. Like I lost sleep playing that game. Then again, I was only 11 years old when that game came out,
It's
and
why
my
we're
dad was nice
desensitized.
enough to buy it for me. It was one of the first games I had on the PlayStation. I got a PlayStation for my 11th birthday, and I got Silent Hill and Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
I put Silent Hill in. I didn't put it back in for I think 2 months. That's how messed up it was to me.
Had to build back up to it.
Yeah, I had to build back up to it. But I play it now. It's just like I'll be honest. It still lives up a little bit.
yeah.
Like, and it's funny too because I was actually reading up on it, and the fog thing was actually put in to hide the graphics limitations,
Oh yeah.
That was clever.
and it
I
ended
love
up
that.
working for the story, and I thought that was really cool. Unlike Superman 64, there was no excuse for a pink fog. I mean, they could have done a Ghostbusters crossover for all I care. With like the pink ooze creating a fog in Metropolis or something.
Well,
but-
that was just a game that was rife with mistakes.
Yeah, but like anyway, like going off track here.
Yeah.
But Silent Hill, like always was like Silent Hill started off scaring me, and I feel like this is kind of going back in the direction we want it to go in. And I feel like Kojima could do a lot with breaking the fourth wall with it, and I think that will work for the series because it will actually immerse us more into the game.
Yeah.
At
And
the
then
same
Guillermo del
time-
Toro. And I think Guillermo del Toro's creature designs would work great for Silent Hill.
At the same time, I can't see Daryl Dixon being the helpless victim being
Yeah.
chased
Yeah,
by
because
monsters.
well, that's the thing too, because like Walking Dead's kind of made him into like this, your stereotypical badass.
Well, Walking Dead and Boondock Saints,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
basically any movie that he's been in that I can remember, he's always played the cold, badass straight man.
Yeah, but I'm from what I understand, I think they're going back to like the roots of having like an everyman being the main protagonist in
John
Silent
Everyman.
Hill.
He is John Everyman.
Yeah, he's the John Everyman for this game. I mean, look, he's wearing a leather jacket, so he could probably be like a punk who has kind of like a dark past and everything, because and even the title itself, Silent Hills, like it's basically hinting that there's multiple versions of Silent Hill, like the whole multiple universe thing. Like I think the movie's covered a little bit in it, that it's like that's a separate dimension, or it's every Silent Hill game kind of has people's fears or people's guilts
Yeah.
manifested as the creatures that we're fighting in these games. So it's like everyone has their own Silent Hill that they go to, and it's one of my favorite series. Unfortunately, it went downhill after starting with 4. I mean, I still like Silent Hill 4, but after that, it's just no game was able to live up to Silent Hill 2, which was my favorite in the series.
Because Downpour was a letdown.
Yeah, Downpour was a letdown. I mean, I like the weather system in it, how the
Weather
rain
system was
affected how many
interesting.
enemies and stuff.
Yeah, but
That was cool.
the
And
story
then
was so stupid.
Homecoming had the real time transformation from normal Silent Hill to Otherworld,
I do love that.
and that was cool. That was the thing that actually made me buy the game to begin with. And then I was playing it, and I was like, this game is terrible. But why does it have to have this awesome mechanic? It's just wasted potential.
Fantastic ideas done in horrible ways.
Yeah.
Honestly, 3 was my favorite. I think
Yeah, 3 was a very good
I
one.
did love 3. 2 was fantastic as well. Ugh.
if they follow, and for some reason I was getting this sort of feel while watching the PT, that it had that feel that 3 had, of things were progressively getting dirtier.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
great, yeah.
Not specifically rusted chains hanging from the walls and Valtiel torturing nurses, but just the world around you started getting
Like the roaches on the walls
Exactly.
and everywhere else.
grimy.
Roaches on the
Glitter
walls,
everywhere.
the baby in the refrigerator. Swinging like the bloody refrigerator swinging with a baby rolling around in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was using horror in the real world without showing you the other world, and that's what Silent Hill 3 did, and that's why this excites me, because it feels like they're doing the same sort of horror aesthetic of here's your nightmares and here's the world they come from.
yeah. Have you guys actually heard any of the fan theories of the stuff that they found that could possibly connect to the original Silent Hills games?
I think I heard a little bit about this.
There
but
was the one
remember.
basically the one that stood out the most was obviously the I'm trying to remember some of the stuff I read on it. There was the reference to Elisa, which is potentially the murdered wife. If you remember in Silent Hill 1, the name of the nurse was Lisa, the nurse that cared for Alessa
Yep.
when Dahlia tried to sacrifice her.
It's the same kind of theories that people have had with Silent Hill 4, because apparently that whole thing with that family, they were connected to what was his name from 2? Oh god.
Oh, Sunderland?
Yeah,
King Sunderland?
they're apparently all
Well, they
apparently,
dropped the name Sunderland in Silent Hill 4.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's like a shop owner or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that
we
was-
don't know if
it was
they're
his
related.
dad. It was
Yeah, Mr. Sunderland Sr.
Mr. Sunderland was senior
Yeah.
was in it.
And then if you remember Silent Hill 2, the serial killer that is going around in Silent Hill 4, what was his name?
Walter, not Walter White.
Walter White.
That's horrifying.
I know, right?
Walter, oh god, what was the last
Walter
name? Damn it. Sullivan.
Walter Sullivan, thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, Walter Sullivan. If you read news articles in Silent Hill 2, they talk about Walter Sullivan and murdering his family.
Yep.
In the second game, so like those two games are connected. But like one of the things is like another thing that they found was the fetus in the sink.
Yep.
If Silent Hill 3, that thing that Heather puked up towards the end before
Yep.
Wolf.
Yeah.
What was it, Gloria Wolf?
Ew, something like that.
Well, yeah.
I can't remember her last name.
Her last name was Wolf.
Yeah,
All I remember was that. swallows it and becomes the final boss of the game, which Heather beats her ass.
Spoilers.
Yeah, everyone's played it. The game's how old?
I know. I was just...
Spoiler alert does not apply anymore. But yeah, like they were connecting it to that, and then there's the hole in the wall in the bathroom. They're connecting that to Silent Hill.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And then I forget some of the other ones, but there was a ton of like legitimate theories going around for it, and like it's that makes it a little bit promising. I'm hoping that they're all true.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It would be very nice, but we should probably cut that conversation short since we're running short on time now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that basically wraps it up for Sony. Yeah, we can go all night about Silent Hill. But that ends it for Sony. EA also had a conference. They basically just showed off all the games that we knew were coming out. Bunch of sports stuff that we don't care about. Madden's is always Madden. But probably their big announcement was BioWare's new title, Shadow Realms.
Oh, can't wait for this.
Which is that's gonna be a PC game, right?
I believe.
Yes.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a PC game. It's gonna include. I haven't heard anything about a single player or not, but they showcased the 4-versus-1 co-op.
Pretty much the same kind of style.
It's gonna have a progression similar to a D&D game.
Yep.
Where one's gonna be one player's gonna be kind of like the dungeon master, and the 4 players are gonna be working together to bring down the dungeon master, basically.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, and even the build up to Gamescom, like them doing sending those emails,
those are
you've
very
been chosen.
I was just like, when I first got the first email, I was just like, what?
I thought
what?
I thought the same thing that everyone else was gonna think, and that I got accepted in the Mass Effect 4 beta, and I almost pissed myself with excitement.
God damn.
But I got super excited about that. But no, Shadow Realms looks fantastic, from what they showed on it, and it's gonna be every RPG fan's wet dream, basically, yeah. But yeah, EA didn't really have much to show. I mean, they had a 15-minute demo of Dragon Age Inquisition, which looks great. It's the Dragon Age game that everyone's been waiting for.
Yep.
We got all our favorite characters returning. Even what was the character's name from 2? I heard he's gonna be in it too.
Which one?
Also, the main character from Dragon Age 2.
Ethan.
Oh.
Yeah, Hawk.
Or Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna be in it. Wow.
Yeah, I saw a quick clip with him in it. Or obviously, if you had the female version, it'll probably be the female version.
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever version you had.
They're gonna have some sort of system that you upload your save to their servers, and you can resume it on any console.
Oh.
So you could probably so if you had the PlayStation 3 version, you can transport to the 4, or if you had the Xbox.
I am liking that. I
was wondering how they were gonna do that, because they usually took it from local saves. From local servers, but since obviously it's going to be a next-gen game, they can't do that. So they had to do some other thing. But I guess they're going to have the pick the events that happened in the previous games. Also, you can just create a new character from scratch, obviously the Mass Effect games did when they released those on PlayStation 3. But I mean, yeah, Inquisition looks fantastic. Definitely looks like a huge step up from what Dragon Age 2 was.
Yeah.
It was everything we wanted Dragon Age 2 to be, but it just was not. It's a shame that they that was a missed potential right there.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't have any fuck ups with the game like in Dragon Age 2 with some of the DLC. If you had any of the DLC or sold it by accident, it would corrupt your game.
Oh, I did not hear about that.
Yeah,
no, I remember
hear the game was just buggy as hell. I did hear about that.
I had all the DLC, and I guess I accidentally might have sold one of the weapons early on. And then when I beat the game, I went to go back into it, and all of a sudden, it said my game could not be loaded because it was corrupt. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
And yeah, I was so pissed because I was halfway through the game.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I have been, waiting on going back to it.
But yeah, I mean, the demo showed a lot of good stuff with it. I mean, it showed, it's going back to like the old tactical version, like
Yeah.
how whereas Dragon Age 2 is more hack and slash. It looks like Dragon Age Inquisition is gonna be kind of like a hybrid of the two play styles. Like you're gonna be able to switch character to character, place them where you want them to be,
Right.
and even have like this whole new system where you can actually have a visual look on where exactly you want each character to be. Almost like a chessboard is like the best way I can think about it.
Right.
Or a tabletop game with figures, like Warhammer or something like that. You place them, and there's like lines of fire and stuff like that. If you want them to hold a fence, you can tell them to go right in front of the gate there, and they'll stand there until you tell them to follow you back.
Okay.
But no, it looks really good. I can't. That's another game I can't wait for this year. But I mean, other than that, that's really it for Gamescom. I mean, everything was there that I expected to be there.
Mm.
I mean, there wasn't really a lot in terms of announcements. No Half-Life 3 yet. Valve.
Eh.
I mean, at this point with Half-Life 3, I'm just saying it's not coming out. It's not coming.
Yeah. There's been like talk about it more recently, and it's not just kind of like fans saying, "Oh, it was Half-Life 3 confirmed." There has been rumors, like actual
My
rumors.
educated guess, like my legitimate educated guess, is that they're working on the Steam OSs.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
they want.
it's because of the new the Source 3 or
Yeah.
Source 2, whatever.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
making Source 2. I'm assuming I guess they had high ambitions for Half-Life 3, and they wanted to wait till the tech got better.
Yeah. I think
Unfortunately,
And so
they're going to
that's
Duke
why they're
Nukem
working
it.
so hard on software capabilities and hardware right now.
they're gonna Duke Nukem it. Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
Duke Nukem it.
They
Well,
are.
Duke
They're
Nukem
going to.
suffered because it was going from developer to developer.
Yeah, that poor thing.
You can't
Yeah.
deny that it wasn't time as well. I mean, we
Yeah.
had waited so long for it that eventually people just stopped caring.
Yeah, and then their expectations were so high for it that it just
Yeah.
kind
It
of.
couldn't have possibly have met the expectations. This series might be looked upon a little more kindly
Yeah.
because it's done so much for the industry. But
Yes.
at the same time, people can only be so patient before they stop caring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that still care about it and they still think it's coming. But I mean, I've kind of stopped just thinking about it because I'm just gonna end up disappointed.
Well,
But so I mean, that's Gamescom right there. That was
Yeah.
basically what I got out of it.
that was a good
But I
show.
mean, yeah, it definitely was. There was a lot of good stuff that they had there. I think. A lot to look forward to. Definitely.
Fantastic.
Oh, I completely forgot one thing. I forgot to put my notes. PS4 2.0,
Oh.
the 2.0 update for PlayStation 4. It's gonna redo the entire interface. It's gonna add stacks rather than all your games being like one big line and being cluttered. You can actually stack them up now.
Huh.
And they're gonna add what they called the what was it called, the share play or something, I think it was called. And that was the thing that they announced when they first announced the system, that your friends on PlayStation 4 can watch you play your games live, and then you can hand the controller to them, and it will basically stream to their console.
That's cool.
And you can,
Oh, yeah, I
but
remember
the only
this.
thing is, they came out later saying that it was only going to be limited to 1 hour sessions, which is the smartest marketing move anyone could do.
That is
Because
pretty...
think about it. You're basically getting a free 1 hour demo of any game you want.
Right.
That's cool.
And it's not being pushed by the actual developers or the publishers. It's being pushed by your friends. It's your friends telling you to play this game. And it will
Right.
it'll almost guarantee a purchase if
Free
they like it.
enterprise.
Yeah. They should be paying us for advertising their games. But no, like it's definitely an interesting concept. I actually can't wait for it. And one of the things that's great about it is that if you're stuck in a level, you can say like, "Oh, just stream it to your friend's console, and they can help you with it."
Have
Like
them
that kind of
suffer
thing.
through it.
Yeah, but they only said it was limited to. But the whole limit thing, a lot of people were complaining about that. But it's like it's only limited to 1 hour sessions, not one time. You can do it as many times as you want.
You can do a lot in 1 hour too.
Oh yeah, you can do a lot in 1 hour. Like people think of 1 hour is not a lot, but you can do a lot in an hour.
Yeah.
You could probably do like 3 chapters. You could probably do like 2 chapters of Last of Us in an hour.
You could complete the entirety of the single-player campaign of any Call of Duty game in 1 hour.
You could.
Not even an hour, man.
I've seen people beat it in like a half hour on easy.
But
yeah, like I can't believe I forgot that bit of news. I guess I just forgot to put it in my notes.
That is
Jason.
Very interesting.
Yeah, like I'm excited for it. And when are you guys getting PlayStation 4s?
Soon.
Eventually. Well, I ordered the Destiny bundle. The white,
you did?
The white PS4.
Nice. So I'm getting my collector's edition. Hopefully soon. Well, obviously September 9th I'll be getting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is sooner than later. It's coming up pretty quickly. My life's gonna be over when that game comes out. Most definitely.
It'll hold me over till Hyrule Warriors comes out.
Oh yeah, Hyrule War. It's gonna hold us over for like 2 weeks. We're gonna be fucked, dude.
Right?
We got Hyrule Warriors. We have Destiny. Next month we have Alien.
Another horror game that's been announced for the Wii U rather is the new Fatal Frame game.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
right.
confirmed for America though yet. Not
Yeah, no.
confirmed for America yet. But it was announced for Japan.
Yeah, it's announced for Japan, but it's still a horror game, and I'm assuming people are gonna have translations for it if it doesn't come out in Japan.
I'm sure there will be, and if not,
that's what happened with Fatal Frame. What was the last one? 4? Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4 was the one.
There was a fan website that translated the entire game with text and stuff, and you had to mod your Wii just for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you had to jailbreak your Wii, which obviously breaks the warranty. But
I mean,
I think my Wii U's out of warranty right now. Anyway, I've had it since launch.
Right.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll probably end up like if they don't release it in America, I'll definitely look for the hacks and everything. I'll hack my Wii U. I don't mind. I don't use it enough.
Yeah.
But to go completely off topic, this is a really funny story I came across on I think it was on Kotaku. Yeah, it was on Kotaku. A couple was recently arrested for playing World of Warcraft instead of feeding their kids.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. That's what I said. And basically, I guess they got reports, like complaints. They haven't seen anyone come out of this place. I guess it was the smell.
Oh.
Like they were in the middle of a trailer park, obviously.
Oh wow!
But
Obviously.
they go into the house. They go into this place, and the kids were malnourished. Like they looked like they had no skin on, like no meat on their bones.
No skin. Jesus.
They flayed them.
Like, and like there was piles of feces, and the toilet wasn't working, and there was dirty dishes, there was rotting food.
Jesus
and
Christ.
And the parents were just sitting there on their computers, and literally, if you see the photos of these people, they look like they have not left their computers in months.
We'll leave a link to the article in the description.
Yeah. We'll definitely leave a link in our description.
You have to see these.
But like,
Looks like
it was funny. Like, call me a horrible person for thinking this, but like when I imagine the people breaking in, like, I think I've just watched too many horror movies for me, like, for me to think normal about this topic. But I just imagine like the kids eating each other because they've been starved.
Feral. They've gone feral.
They've gone feral. Yes, exactly. And like I just picture them like. They like them looking like almost like feral ghouls from Fallout, just eating each other, and and the parents just sitting there playing their World of Warcraft, doing their like 1000th raid in a row.
God.
The cop walks up to one of the children. The child looks up to him and says, "What do you want, smooth skin?"
Yeah, that's exactly how it will happen.
Damn it.
Oh man. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Do you guys have anything else?
Not that I can think of.
It sounds
Actually,
good.
one more last minute note. kind of video. It actually covers video games and movies.
Hmm.
I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd movie.
Oh,
It was fucking fantastic. Great job, James Rolfe.
I gotta see it.
He basically took. You could tell it was severely low budget, but he used that as his humor.
Oh yeah.
Like it was an extremely self-aware movie.
Well, you can see
And-
his art with low budget in all of his
Oh
AVGN
yeah, I mean,
videos.
and even some of the cameos that they made, like were just made in the movie. Like you have your cameo of like who's the guitar player that does the theme song?
Oh God, I can't remember his name.
So does he just go by guitar as the guitar guy or something?
I think he does actually.
Like that.
Yeah, but Mike, there's like there was a scene where like they were basically joining up like all the gamers were meeting at the dump, like where the ET games were dumped.
Mhm.
They're all meeting up like a bunch of hippies, and then there's Guitar Man and motherfucker Mike just kind of just like rocking out like next to a tent, and like the whole crowd just loses it. And then we get cameos from we got a cameo from Lloyd Kaufman. We got
Yeah,
a
of
cameo
course.
from Doug Walker, or as you guys probably know him as the Nostalgia Critic.
Okay.
We got a cameo from him, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of other like internet stars thrown in there. But yeah, it was definitely worth a watch. If you're a fan, like I can see non-fans not appreciating it as much as a fan of the series of Angry Video Game Nerd would.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend it for non-fans, but for fans, definitely go see it. I mean, I don't know if he's still touring it right now. I'm pretty sure. I think he's got a few more showings left to do, and then I guess he's going to release it on DVD and Blu-ray later this year
Nice.
before the holidays. So I think it'll be up on his website to order. So that'll be fun. I'm
That'd be good.
definitely buying it.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a check out. But yeah, now that's all I've got.
That's all we've got.
That's all
Yes.
you've got too? All right then.
Awesome. Hey,
Well, I'd say
viewers
it's a very
and
successful first episode.
viewers and listeners, that's it. That was the first episode of Warning Moods podcast show for the internet.com.
.com.
.youtube. Everything. We control the internet. God damn it.
Oh, remember, kids, like, subscribe if you like us.
Yes. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your moms even.
Tell your
Tell your
dad
teachers.
sometimes.
Hide
Tell your teachers.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. We're coming
Tell
for
the
you.
homeless man hanging outside your window.
Sweetie, come with that booty.
Until next time, guys. We're out.
Peace.
We are. Peace.